welcome to Mindless Entertainment. It is I, God Empress Jessie. You know, we're trying out Empress for the moment, because whatever. God Emperor Jessie Milestone, God Empress Jessie Milestone, whatever. I'll use whichever I want, whenever the fuck I feel it, because I'm the God Empress, and I do what I want. And today, I'm gonna do what someone else wants, because I'm being proactive. I'm not saving this shit till the end of the month. I'm getting on my Patreon suggestions right now. Right now, I'm very excited about it. I know I look strung out or something, but that's just because I'm tired and I've been rubbing my eyes a lot and getting ready for bed, because this is going to be a bad week. I'm going to have to record videos the night before because I have to teach children how to play with lightsabers and then how to play with fencing swords. But anyway, not the point. The point is Ken Rossman had a great suggestion on my Patreon this month, because some of my patrons get to suggest videos that I should do. Yay! So this one, he wants to bring up fun controversy in Hollywood, and this is great timing for it because there's just been some news on it as well. So a few weeks ago, there was this whole big backlash because it was announced that Scarlett Johansson was going to play a transgender character in the upcoming movie Rub and Tug, which is just a horrible sounding name anyway. It sounds like porn, and I don't want to see it because it sounds like porn. But anyway. And also because I don't generally like Scarlett Johansson, but whatever. So it was announced that she was going to play this transgender character, and of course the trans community and everyone in Hollywood who likes virtue signaling went, "Oh my god, no!" And she pulled out. That's the news. The news is she is no longer playing this character. She was like, fuck that, I won't do it. She backed out. She was like, not going to do it, not going to happen. There you go. Boom. Happy, everyone. Great. Bye. So, the next set of breaking news about this movie is that it's not gonna get made, and here's why, right? I'll tell you this right now, and this is a whole thing, right? Because when movies with that budget want to get made and want to ensure that they're gonna make back their money, they need to cast A-list celebrities in their leading roles. That's the way it goes. That's why they're A-list celebrities, to make sure that movies make money, and this is how Hollywood operates. So, not saying it's right, not saying it's good. I personally love unknowns. I love new people coming to the screen. That would be necessary for my future acting career, so yeah, I'm hopeful for that kind of stuff. But I also understand the need that certain Hollywood productions have to be like, we are making a movie that we feel pushes our comfort zone, and we're afraid to push our comfort zone, so we're going to cast an A-list celebrity that we know people want to see in order to make money for the movie. Guess how many A-list transgender actors there are? Exactly. So, I'm not saying there shouldn't be, I'm not saying there couldn't be, but when you run down the statistics, when you run down the math on the thing, right, the vast majority of the population is not transgender, right? And I don't know if a higher percentage of transgender people become actors than other careers, but even so, the percentage of people in the acting pool who are transgender is likely representative of the people in the main pool of people who are, you know, of the world who are transgender. So, not a lot. This is not a lot. There's just not going to be a lot because there's just not a huge percentage of transgender people in the world. So there's not going to be a huge percentage of transgender actors, which means the likelihood of one of them catching their big break and becoming an A-list celebrity, especially since arguably Hollywood probably hasn't been a super trans-friendly place until relatively recently, and a lot of people I'm sure would say it's still not a trans-friendly place, and I wouldn't know because I've never been a trans person, so I don't know how Hollywood treats them. But anyway, I do know that it is completely absurd to expect that every single trans role goes to a transgender actor. There have been, if you look at this recently, there have been a decent number of transgender roles. If every single transgender role that was out there was given to a transgender actor, we would probably see the same damn actor in everything all the time. Be like, well, I'm getting kind of sick of this person, right? Because that's the whole thing, is like, it's not just, and this is where you get into these issues of you know, why you can't paint by numbers with diversity, right? Because doing certain roles require certain types of actors with certain skill sets and certain training and certain background. And just because you're a really good trans actor doesn't mean you can play every single role. Not even every single role for a trans person, all right? And then here's my bigger issue. Here's my bigger thing, right? To argue that transgender roles should only be played by transgender people. Likewise, gay roles should only be played by gay people. This was a huge thing when Love, Simon came out. Apparently, I learned about this, that the trans and gay community flipped a shit and was like, I'm not going to go see the movie because they cast a straight actor to play Simon. You can't have it both ways, right? You cannot operate under the logic that only gay people should play gay roles, only trans people should play trans roles, but they should also be able to play straight, because then by that logic, only straight people should play straight roles. That's the logic you're operating under. It's completely absurd, because why can't a straight person play a gay person? Why can't they? okay, if you're saying because they're not, and therefore don't connect enough to the experience, which is, by the way, ridiculous. And this is something that I think is so absurd, why identity politics is so fucking ridiculous, is it operates into this absurd assumption that we can't, it creates other. It creates other, and operates into the assumption that I can't relate to somebody else because of something else, right? When I was young, I felt very outcasted, I felt very other, without falling into one of the convenient, identity politics definitions. I related, I had a Melissa Etheridge album that I related to hardcore, because that experience of a lesbian in the Midwest feeling like left out and other and separated and other was something I related to hard. So that's I don't understand this idea that only one type of person, you have to be this type of person to relate to being that type of person. That's crazy to me. And if we're getting on that topic, if only cis people can play, or if only trans people can play trans roles, right, and only gay people can play gay roles, I'm never getting my break. Because let's be honest, I go out for lesbian roles, I've gone out for gender fluid roles. That's my niche. That's where I get cast. If you take that away from me, the available roles that Jesse goes out for shrinks drastically. So how come somebody else deserves a break over me simply because they're gay? What if someone waltzes into the casting room and they happen to be a real lesbian, and I play a really fucking good one because I've done years and years of acting training and I'm good at what I do, and this person waltzes in and kind of sucks, but on paper they're gay, so they get cast over me. That's the world that you're trying to create here, right? Because when you have a smaller pool of talent, that's what you have to do. You have to settle, and you have to take people. You're taking not necessarily the best choice. That's not the way casting is supposed to work, right? And that's the thing. When you're talking about, let's specifically talk about gay roles. When you walk into a room and get cast, casting doesn't have to know you're gay. I mean, yes, some people can't hide it, but casting doesn't have to know you're gay. When you walk into the room, it's gay roles easy. Cast the best person for it, right? Transgender roles even too. If you want to cast a transgender character, right? When people come in for their auditions, have them be presenting as the gender that the character is. And cast the best fucking person. Don't ask if they're really trans. Don't care if they're really trans. Obviously, yeah, if you're casting an A-list celebrity, you know they are or they're not. But pick the best person for the role. That's merit, and that's what makes good movies. You don't pick the person who and that's ugh. But I remember even back in high school theater, that was the problem. It was, let's cast the person who looks the best for the role. And guess what my high school had? Really shitty productions. You don't cast people based on their superficial qualities. You cast them, I mean, obviously, yes, Hollywood, they have to look a certain way, right, for certain roles and stuff, but you cast them based on their ability to bring a character to life, right? In a perfect setting for me, right, when you write something, fuck writing in diversity, fuck writing in genders and whatever, just write good characters, good goddamn characters, and audition people who have the essence of what that character is, and cast based on that. And guess what? If you want an authentic, pushy gay couple, yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, we wrote this for a man and a woman, but then a woman was the best actor for this man's role, so now we have a lesbian couple, and it's just a normal couple now. Ta-da, because we cast based on merit, right? We brought in a whole slew of races. We didn't write in an Indian character. We didn't write in token black stormtrooper. We just wrote characters, and we auditioned a bunch of talented people, and we happened to pick the Asian guy, or we happened to pick this guy, or that guy, or who the fuck ever. That's how it should goddamn work. I don't, okay, so on the flip side of that, right, you think about Scarlett Johansson's previous controversy playing Ghost in the Shell, playing an Asian chick. I don't understand, and that's a two-sided coin too. I don't understand why you can't cast for, racial accuracy, right? Dunkirk, great example. It's gonna be a lot of white people, because it was Europe, World War II. That's just the way it is. No issues casting for historical accuracy there. You have a movie set in certain parts of Africa, should probably be a whole lot of black people. No issues there. If you make a movie based on a manga, you probably should cast a Japanese person. That's a little that is on both sides of it, on the yes diversity and the no diversity, fucking cast for accuracy. If it's historical, if it's cultural, if it is relevant to have a person be a certain color, then cast that person. Otherwise, fucking cast the best person for the goddamn role. You are not, I'm sorry, trans community. Oh, Barbs, it'll be so great for us when we get a bunch of trans actors playing those big Hollywood. No, it won't be. No, it won't be, because unless those trans people, because that's the thing, is you're wanting to pick someone out, pick a trans person out of the crowd who hasn't worked their way up to that A-list celebrity status and just pluck them up and put them on top. Maybe they can hack it, maybe they can't, and if you just keep doing that with whatever you got out there, you're just gonna have a lot of shitty movies, and then people are gonna be like, well, trans movies suck because all these trans people are terrible actors, right? Because you didn't actually require them to have the same talent and go through the same levels of training, etc., that you had other people go through, and that's the problem, right? We lose merit. This is why this idea of identity politics, first, it creates it keeps us separate, it keeps us divided, and it's not based on merit. And that's the important thing. When you don't base things on merit, you just lose quality all the way around, and everybody loses. The end. So, fuck you, Hollywood, right? You see all these pictures right now of Scarlett Johansson with her short little hair. She would make it great. She would be awesome. I'd probably even find her attractive as a man. Who knows? And that, and this is where the transgender community strikes a blow to itself. Hooray. And by the way, this is not really like probably most of the transgender community. It's just those crazy SJWs who are like, we need everything our way, right? Think about Scarlett Johansson goes out, plays a man, right? Scarlett Johansson's someone that people recognize, know, and love. And now they're seeing trans in a different light than maybe they would have before, because they're like, well, I love this person, and she's doing this thing that I don't really understand, but now I like it. Hooray. Right? That's how you reach people, as opposed to being like, let's build controversy, let's have Scarlett Johansson pulled from the movie, let's find some person that you've never heard of, but let's get really excited because they're trans, and make this whole PR about the fact that we cast a trans person in a trans role, and then guess what? No one cares! Because if you're marketing your movie, as we've learned time and time again, if you're only marketing your movie to SJWs, it's not gonna fly. It's not gonna be good. If you're only marketing your movie, if your target audience is only transgenders, now it's great if transgender people have a movie they can see and relate to. That's great. But if that's your target audience, good fucking luck. Hollywood is a business. You don't succeed in business by marketing to the tiniest groups, unless they have a lot of money. And I don't think that the transgender community is like top 1% all across the board. I'm sure some of them are. I mean, fuck, Caitlyn Jenner and all that shit. But like, most of the trans community, it's not like, oh, a disproportionate amount of the trans community is in the top 1% is gonna finance your movie for you. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Smart marketing decisions, people. Blah. That got really ranty, and I'm not sure if it made any sense. So let me know if it made sense, or if it didn't make sense. And if you want to be a person who tells me what to say, or steers my content, because no one tells me what to say. I'm the God Empress, motherfuckers. But if you want to steer my content, join my Patreon. It's super awesome. I have a tier now. No one's joined it yet. I don't know why. But if you join that tier, I will serenade you with a song of your choice every single month. I'll even like learn how to play it on the guitar if I can, because I care that much about you guys. Anyway, so check out my Patreon. It's super awesome. I'm going to put up more. There's a video of me playing guitar and singing on there already, and there'll be more later. But Ken, I hope you enjoyed that, and everyone else, I hope you enjoyed it too. Goodbye.